Hello everybody, welcome to a new video Game Speed Shop. So today we're going to mount the new cylinder heads back because I already removed them. So this behind me are the M113K cylinder heads. I didn't fully clean on them and did a new valve grind and vacuum test everything already. So it's all good and nice and ready to install. So just before the weekend I removed the cylinder heads that were normally on the car. They are on the ground here. This is the M113 960 code 479 or SAS heads, cylinder uitschaltung cylinder heads. If you're new to the channel, have a look in the right corner for you. There's my logo, you can click on it, see all the other videos about this project and also why I removed those cylinder heads. So because I needed double springs and different cams and yeah, just better cylinder heads. You can also do it with your original cylinder heads, but then you need at least different cams. So to what I have here. So cylinder head has been removed. All the bushings look pretty good. So you can see it on camera, you see very tiny black lines. There's nothing special. That mostly indicates that you did not have a that clean burn. So a little bit, so it's like carbon stripes, you can call it. So it's nothing to worry about. Pistons look all good. They have a little bit build up, but that's, yeah. When you see the pistons and you see the walls, you will know the burn was not that good. But yeah, it was still in. I only drove not that long distance and did a lot of tuning. It's pretty normal. These ones are also the same, a little bit. Yeah, they all look the same. They all feel pretty good, no weird lines in it. I got some documents about they were in the original manual. If I think about it, I will put them in the on my website. That's how you can tell if a cylinder head of a cylinder is in good condition or not. So these ones, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see it says a black line in here. That's nothing special. That's just yeah, carbon. So I cannot turn over the engine because it's now on 40 degrees. That's the point where you put it on when you do maintenance on it. But also to get the heads off, so the valve shield cannot head the pistons and that sort of stuff. So so if you mount it back, of course you will mount the camshaft bearing bits back on and will put some valves open, and they are on these two and on these two, and the other ones will then be closed because they are on a different cycle. So in the beginning my plan was also to remove the timing cover, because when I got this block machined, it was machined down 0.17 millimeters down, because I had some issues over here. You cannot really see it anymore, but there was a little bit of a line in here and didn't like it. That's where the bushing is pressed in. There was a line in it. It now looks all pretty good still. And so I machined it a little bit down, or it was on this side. I'm not sure anymore, but it was that was the reason I did it. And what I did was like a beginner's, yeah, the beginner's fault. If you machine the block down, you also should machine the timing cover. So you should mount it and then bring it, and then they should machine it. But yeah, aluminium is very flexible, so it's been on the engine now. It was only 0.17 millimeters, so I just put the head on, and the difference is not there anymore. So there is no 0.17 millimeters, it's just flat. So I'm just going to leave it. So normally if you machine the block, put the timing cover on, but yeah, I'm lucky in this case. Because you can mount it, it's not that big of a problem, but if you ever want to remove the timing cover without removing the heads, yeah, it can be stuck in between. So that's something you don't want, of course. So what I'm going to do for the rest, I'm going to change these O-rings. So this is for the oil filter, of course. Change the O-ring. I want to change the thermostat to the original one. This is aftermarket one. It's 87 degrees like stock, but I want to do an original in it because I think the engine runs a little bit cold. So I want to do that. For the rest, I have to change the alternator position to this side. So I have to make a bracket, and then here is going to be a bracket for the turbo. So that will also be pretty interesting. So, but for now, yeah, cylinder head's fully cleaned, all the valves are back in, and they are grind in, so they look all pretty good. So it's all nice and clean, as you can see, all nicely done. So ready to install. So if you're new to this channel and you didn't see the video that I made from the other overhaul of the cylinder heads, have a look in the playlist. If you want to know how it works with these hydraulic lifters, you can all take them out, clean them, put a new drop of oil in it. I already did it on all these ones, so these look all pretty good. They all nice and clean. Also cleaned out all the oil ports and checked for any wear, so nothing is on there. All the springs were out of it, all the clips, everything is being put together. All the valves are in the right position again. I grind them in, I did a vacuum test on it, so on the intake valve it's pretty easy because you only have one intake. But you can see this port, so cylinder head is, I think this is bank 2. Yeah, bank 2 has only one EGR port, and bank 1 has a port over here and a port over there. So if you want to do a vacuum test, in all these exhaust ports, behind the valve stem there is a hole. That hole is going to a chamber, and that is connected to this one and to the other one, and that's the EGR connection. So if you want to do a check on one exhaust valve, that's not possible because you have to block all the exhaust valves and these two, and then you can do a vacuum test on all the valves at the same time. So that's pretty much a shitty job. So one I had was very good. The other one I took all the 4 valves out again and did a small regrind again on them, and after that it was all pretty good. So that's something you should consider if you do that. I always do it because it's pretty easy. So what is up next? So I'm going to get all the small debris off. So there's a little bit of gasket left on it, because if you mount these cylinder heads, you have, that's also original how it is. On the outer sides of the, so everywhere except around the cylinders. So around the cylinders you don't do it. Everywhere else you put a small line of sealant under the head gasket and on top of the head gasket, and then you put the head on. So everywhere, also around these, you do a small line on it, everywhere around the chain, on this side, everywhere. And that's also why you see here a very small amount of silicone, and I can see that I maybe did a little bit too much on it. It's not a lot too much, but it's still, so you can do, it's a very small line you need. I think it's also in the manual. So on the other side it's the same case, of course. I have to clean it, but it's yeah, I don't have to clean a lot because it looks all pretty nice. It's very clean. So this cylinder head was only on there for 400 kilometers, so that's also why it's so clean. So yeah. So timing chain is just, I just removed the sprocket bolt in the middle, and then just put a tie wrap on it so it will stay on the right position. And if you then have everything mounted back, you have to turn it, I think, 17 cycles, and then the markings needs to be back on these positions. So when I have everything back in it and mounted, then I will put it on to this position, and then you can put 2 tools in it, it will fit. Yeah, and that's it then. So I also do an oil change, of course, but yeah. So I'm going to clean it, and the next clip will be of mounting the second head, or the first head. We have to have a look. So just put the first head on. Just a few minutes ago I'm done with it. So all my bolts are just different from factory. The factory torque specs are they on this paper? Have a look. No, they are not on this paper. Have a look. Yeah, they are on here. So this is factory torque specs. So pause the page. I will also have a look. Maybe I can make a picture and put it on my website. I don't use these torque specs because I have custom head bolts. So mine will go in 4 stages to 110 Newton meters. I just did that side. Then you'll have left with 4 bolts. These 2 and 2 in there. So these 4 bolts, they need to go to 20 Newton meters. So the thing with the head gasket is that you will put also a little bit of sealant around the cooling chamber and the oil drains. So it's everywhere, all the lines everywhere, except around the cylinder bushings. You don't put sealant around the cylinder bushings. I got these questions a few times, so don't do that, because it will always leave a little bit of a layer to the inside, and you don't want that. So yeah, it's almost not possible to don't have any sealant to the inside, because you want to have a clear layer on here. And you can also see it on here, there's coming some sealer out of it. That's pretty normal, but yeah, with these holes, look out, don't put too much in it, because you don't just block it. You don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean everything, clean the cylinder head, put the sealer on, and then I will put the cylinder head on. So what I also do, because I have studs, the threads in these blocks are not always straight, so it's with studs it's not that easy to put the head on, so I will always turn them 180 degrees. So they're now stuck, so they are a little bit loose in the thread, and then I can put the head on, put all the rings on, the nuts on, and then tighten them again, hand tight. So some people do them on 5 Newton meters and some is hand tight, so that's all depending on the manufacturer, of course. So yeah, so I'm going to do the last cleaning, and then yeah, I will put it on the stand. If you want the complete sequence, it's also done in a previous video when I did the first rebuild of this engine, and I also placed the cylinder head. So let's go. So now you're left with 4 bolts. 2 go in here, do a little bit of oil on it, on the threads, and just these need to go on 20 Newton meters. This is an M8 bolt, and according to the specs of all the M8 bolts in this block, they all go to 20 Newton meters. At the moment I'm missing one because I have my turbo mounts on here, so I'm screwing just an Allen key bolt in it to get the gasket sealed, and that the sealant can dry up in the right position. So these need to go. I first put them a little bit hand tight. This 20 Newton meters is not a lot, of course. That's it. That's it. Yep. That's it. So both heads are on. So next thing what's to do is get the camshafts in, and then the camshaft bearing bridges, all the bolts need to be torqued down. After that we can put the sprocket back in. When that's in, we can check the timing. If the timing, that's pretty 17 rotation, I have to look it up. But I think it was 17 rotations. So I will get all the excessive grease off the studs. These ones are outside, so yeah, these need to be protected from corrosion, and these ones just need to be cleaned because normal engine oil will go around that. So let's go. Step further in the process. So what I've done, I put the camshafts in, put the sprocket back on, and a new bolt. This is just hand tight. The other side is already mounted, so this bolt is still hand tight. That's just to keep the camshaft in position. I have to torque this one down. I have to look for the torque spec. This one is all mounted. It's all done. On this side, the camshaft is in, is not moved, so it's just in. There is no chain tensioner in it, so you should never get this bridge off if you don't have removed the chain tensioner. Otherwise, you will put a lot of load on this bearing, and the camshaft will come up and you will damage the first bearing. So never do that. So in this position there is no tension in it, so the chain still is some slack in it, so you can just put the cam gear on it with no force and then put this on. You can also use these lock-in gears. There is a tool you can put in. If you got it on 40 degrees, you should put this tool in on both sides, and then it's also possible. There's also a possibility, if you got it on 40 degrees here, that the rotation is on the other side. Then you have to turn it another rotation, and then it will be in the correct position. So that's what I've all done. So what I'm now going to do is, before I put the camshaft in here, you can see the green loop. There's some assembly loop. I looped all the lobes with assembly loop, also the bearings. I put everywhere a little bit on it, and if I put that one in, I also put something on those bearings. So then I will put it in, all the bolts in. Then you got a torque sequence that's over here. This is from the SAS engine, but yeah, forget 1, 2 and 3. So you start with 4 and then work it all down, and it's just cross lines like this. So it's the same as every other pattern. You can follow this. It's all pretty. It's the way to do it. I follow this, and what I'm going to do, I put all the bolts first need to go to 10 Newton meters. I use this wrench. It's pretty big, but 10 Newton meters is the lowest setting. But I don't trust the other one, so I use this 10 Newton meters. And then all the bolts go in the second stage. They go another 90 degrees. So I use this one because I can read out the torque value, and I then put a point on every bolt. So in the first sequence you just put them all on 10 Newton meters. You think you forget one, you just check if the bolts are on 10 Newton meters. The second time you do it, you have to mark them, because otherwise you gave them another 90 degrees. I can see that because I have a readout of the torque value. That's why a digital torque wrench is so nice. I really like these. So that's what I'm going to do. After that I'm going to torque down the camshaft bolts. If that's all done, I can put the chain tensioner in and put it on torque. Then I can turn the 17 rotations. First I have to put the markings on the right position. It's not now at the right position because I'm somewhere in that 17 rotations, and then I took the head off. So I will first turn it over, then I get these 17 rotations, and yeah, we will go from there. So camshaft sprocket bolts need to go to 50 Newton meters and 90 degrees. So first I will put them on 50 Newton meters. So it's 27 millimeter wrench to put on the bolt of the sprocket, and then you have to put it on 50 Newton meters. That's it. So let's do the other side. Nope, very good. That's it. So now I have to do 90 degrees. So this is top, this is the side. So this needs to go to there. This is the same, it needs to go to there. Oh. A small piece needs to be done. Not ideal this. That's it. It will go to around 107 Newton meters. Have a look. The other one. A little bit more. That's it. Yes, nice. So that's it. So now we can put the chain tensor in it. So got the engine to the base setting. So you can see the marking here. This is right camshaft. It has a marking on the chain. This is the left camshaft, the marking on the chain. The position here is correct and the position there is correct, and it's on 40 degrees. So now I should turn it 14 rotations and then it should go back into the same position. So I'm going to do that. "40 degrees, timing mark right, timing mark left, and the camshafts are both in the right position." So, timing of the engine is correct according to the camshaft. So what's next to do in the engine bay before the engine can go in? I'm going to remove a little bit of here. There's a strip. I'm going to get this line off. I don't think it's very hard or very good to see, but there's like a centimeter of steel sticking out. I'm going to remove it, make it flat, because I have to get the 60 millimeter pipe from this cylinder underneath here, and otherwise it will not fit. So the engine will go in. I will make the full exhaust up till the downpipe, because the downpipe needs to get room in here, and I can only see that when the engine is in. So the engine needs to go in and needs to go out one time before it can stay in. So that is the plan up till that point. And what I'm also going to do is fabricating a new point where the alternator is going to sit. The alternator is going to be removed from this side and is going to here, because I want to have more room for the turbo that's sitting here. And otherwise the alternator is just, yeah, not in the right position. So in the future I cannot place an air conditioning on this car anymore, but I don't think I will need it. So yeah, the car is more built for power and performance than for yeah, driving with air conditioning. So that's it till this point. If you've got any questions about the installation of the cylinder heads or anything else, let me know. You can always have a look below the video, or in the right corner of your logo you can click on it to see all the other videos of this project. And don't forget to have a look on janspeedshow.com, link is over here. And thanks for watching. And if you're interested in one of these parts, like the cylinder heads, and I also have an engine underneath there that's for sale, and a transmission that's underneath here. If you're interested, have a look on my website, janspeedshow.com. Thanks for watching.